Hello. How is people doing? Funny seeing you here. Dude, I've done a lot of live streams this week. And I watched the replay of yesterday and I literally look like I'm dying. And it is because I was dying. But today is even worse. Because this morning at like 4 a.m., Yue decided to take her diaper off. Yue is our dog. She has a diaper on because she refuses to potty train and we don't know what to do about it. So if you're a dog trainer and you see this, let us know. We think she might be doing it for attention, but we don't know how to deal with that. But now she has learned how to take her diaper off, and it is a really horrible time here. So she tried to take her diaper off at 4 a.m. and then she tried to take her diaper off at 8:30. And then at 9 o'clock, Azriel, our cat, tried to like get into the door. Not even our door. Boo's door, our other cat. So he was just throwing himself against the door for like an hour. And I'm very tired today. But how you guys doing? What's going on? The little poltergeists that are the animals that live in my house are really haunting me today. But before I get into all the things that are happening today, because we're doing a lot of fun things, and you guys should probably already know what this is, especially if you've been in these live streams this week. Let me give you the link. We are doing spirit guide readings. That's the link. I gotta stock it still. So if you're new to this, how this works is I stock the reading at the beginning of the live stream. So you have the ability to do that, as well as I will stock it halfway through. I'm going to try to do as many as possible. I want to do at least 10 today. I think I'm only going to be able to do 10, but I wanted to do 15 in the first place, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to start at 5. Well, we'll see, because this video says that there's like 3 hours to export it. Is that because I'm also streaming? I don't know. I mean, I'm exporting, not uploading. Oh, God. Yeah. 3 hours. It's going down. Okay. So 3 hours would be 5, and then it would probably take like 2 hours. Yeah. Well, I'll be done at around 5. We're going to be cutting it close today. So, if you know how this works, I restock them at the beginning of the live stream. So if you click on the link that I shared there, it's also pinned at the top of chat as well as in the description. If you click on that and do all of your signing into your PayPal or whatever, it allows you to do things faster. I don't know why Stream Elements is talking to me, so that's fun. Stream Elements is in chat. But if you don't know how spirit guide readings work, spirit guides are spiritual beings that help guide us on our path. So it's not just a thing that like mediums have. It is something that everyone has. You have at least one. I have never met someone that only has one. Unless you are like a very, very, very young child. And with spirit guides, I like to give the disclaimer that they are just energy, so they have a lot of different ways of being perceived. So if you went to another psychic medium, they may view them differently than I do, but they can be the same guide. So for me, they give me a lot of colors, because colors have different associated meanings. So that is the main way how I identify spirit guides. But other mediums may only see them as people. They might not get colors. It's just like an interpretation of their energy and what they're here to help you with. So with that being said, I'm going to restock the first one. There's going to be 5 in here. So I'm going to do that right now, and it should be updated. So if you're on this page or if you're about to click on it, you can refresh it. There should be 5 in there if you guys are interested. So that's right now, and that's today. So we are supposed to be having a video going live today, at around 7 p.m. EST. Riker finished it and is exporting it. And apparently it's going to take like 3 hours to export. It's not even that long. Hopefully that's a lie and the computer is gaslighting us and it's actually going to take less time. Because then we have to upload it to YouTube and the internet likes to also gaslight us. But we are posting our first location on our New York trip. And like I have been telling you all week, it is Wildwood Sanitarium. I think I posted a link to the teaser at the beginning of the stream. So if you guys are interested in that, I will share it again. But it is an interesting investigation because we did not know that weird things were going on. So we are completely like blind to like, dude, I don't know. There is like some dark, twisted secret going on that we were not in on until the end of our like trip. So this is the first episode of our 4-part series. And it introduces a lot of the different elements because we kind of had like a story sort of following us around. And some of you probably already know what the story is because we've talked about it a lot, but it's weird. There is like some weird thing like that was lying to us a lot of the time during this investigation. So we thought that our evidence wasn't making any sense, but it's because we didn't know who we were talking to yet. So that video is going to be hopefully released at 7 p.m. EST today. And if you are a member, I think it's members, you have the ability to get in on the launch party in Discord. We're premiering it, which means it's basically kind of like a live stream, but we're not actually live. The video is playing live. So it will go out on Premiere for everyone publicly. So we'll be live in chat with you guys. But if you are a member, we like to hang out in a Discord room and you get to hear us talk about, like, in a call, you get to hear us talk about what happened behind the scenes and all of the, like, things that you don't get throughout the video. So if you guys want a peek behind the curtain, join members. That is the link right there. Nightbot has shared with you. And it's going to be a good time. We'll let you know if things get delayed, but right now we are on the schedule for 7 p.m. tonight.
It's only going to take an hour and a half.
Because Riker software says it's only going to take an hour and a half and not 3 hours to export from our video software. But I'm getting some orders. Starts here. We have Ashley, Charles. What's up, Charles? It's been a minute. Gina and Kristen. There should be one more in there that you can fight to the death for. But I'm going to restock it after I go through these. And if you're waiting for a restock, it's like 15 minutes-ish per reading. And I feel like a lot of you I've read before, so if I talk to your spirit guide more than once, just let me know and I will try to talk to someone else. But yes, Ashley, you are first. I don't think we've talked to your spirit guides yet, right? If so, who have I talked to? Nope, I'm new. That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure because Ashley is like a more common name. Also, if you can hear the lovely rumbling sound, my computer is also having issues today. It's a day for me. It's a day. The universe is testing me today. Okay. The first guide that I have for Ashley, I have a yellow spirit guide. He's masculine. He is, okay, this is how he wants me to describe him. Hold on. He wants me to describe him as Light from Death Note. because he wants to be serious, but he's actually a dork. But I kind of feel like that's how Death Note also is. Like, Light is. And he has, like, glasses. He looks like an anime character to me. But he has brown hair, and he looks kind of like Light from Death Note. So yellow spirit guides, they usually deal with emotional intelligence, or the things that are going on inside your head. He is very logical, analytical, very calm, cool, and collected. He makes me feel like you have a combination of that in going on with, like, emotional things versus, kind of like an explosion, but it's kind of like, they make me feel like how you deal with emotions is you kind of put them in this, like, jar, and you kind of deal with it later, and then at some point you kind of, the lid pops off and they all just come out at once, and it causes a lot of chaos. But they make me feel like the issue with it is that you approach emotions in a very logical way. So you almost do it to a fault, in the sense of you, like, dismiss your emotions by determining if they're logical or not. So if you are doing that, that's how you put them into the jar, and then it just, like, keeps building and building and building, and then there's just, like, one small, like, minor detail nuance that, like, happens that just, like, absolutely blows the lid off. But it's confusing for you because you're like, that didn't seem like that big of a deal, but, like, why am I so emotional? And it's because you've dismissed all these other emotions, and it's catching up with you. It's kind of like when you're not doing well, and then, like, one thing goes wrong, and then you're just, like, sobbing, and you're like, I don't know why the fact that we don't have any cheese is making me cry. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he is the one that, because he is so logical, he is the one that is the best to explain the emotions to you and to force you to go deeper into the emotion instead of just reaching surface level with it. Does that make sense so far? He says that he helps you approach things from a very realistic sort of way. Because he's like, yes, you do it in a logical way, but the realism of it kind of gets lost. Because sometimes you, like, doomsday your emotions, where you're like, logically, this makes sense that this, and this could happen. But he's like, yeah, but realistically, it's not. Like, you shouldn't be worrying about it because those things haven't happened yet. And if it does happen, you have these coping mechanisms to deal with it. So we shouldn't be worried about it right now because it's not happening right now. He's like the voice of reason to make you more present. Because he's like, when you get stuck in having too many different emotions at the same time, it's kind of like your brain doesn't stop and it just, like, keeps going around in circles. So he's like, you take these thoughts and emotions and situations that happen in your life and you kind of just replay them over and over and over again, looking for why it's happened or what to do, or if you caused it, you, like, look for a way to fix it. And he's like, sometimes, realistically, there isn't a fix, and that's hard to deal with. And that's what he is helping with. He's helping to put in the realism of things. It's just, like, so funny that he looks like Light from Death Note. Because usually when I get characters like that, they're associated to something in regards to the character. But you definitely got the intelligence, because Light in this TV show in this anime is very intelligent. But I also feel like the realism is the thing that he struggles with. Worries about things that aren't happening. Do you have questions? Yeah. Let me know if you have questions for him. And I'll ask him more questions while you answer that. I feel like he came forward for you when you were like, I feel like at the beginning of school, like when you were a kid. He just like seems like a very relatable soul to you because he thinks in a very sort of computer-esque way, and I feel like that is something that you do as well, and it sometimes gets you in trouble. Is there guidance for me in my current situation? Let me answer that question in a second. Let me finish my thought. I feel like he came forward for you when you like were a kid going into school because you had to explain things in a different way or have an understanding in a different way because people don't understand this like very logical, straightforward way of thinking. But is there guidance for me in my current situation? I'll pull cards for you. Okay. So what he talks about with this current situation is well, I feel like it deals with other people and they are kind of becoming an issue. I feel like you're in some sense or another like collaborating with these other people and they are he wants to say jealous, but it doesn't seem like they're jealous. Tell me also, you can tell me if I'm wrong and I'm picking up on something completely different, but they make me feel like there is a sticky situation with other people that you have to collaborate with. And these people are kind of like threatened by you in a sense. And the reason why I say that is because they're trying to like be better than you. So they're a bit offstandish. It's like a competitive thing. They're like jealous. They're trying to push you down so that they can feel superior or right. And it is very much like squashing a lot of the like dreams, passions, whatever that sort of vibe is. They're kind of like making you feel like you can't do anything about it. How do I combat that? He says, well, they're threatened for a reason, aren't they? She says, yes, you're right. How do I combat that? He is talking about, okay, the first thing that he wants to say is people that try to compete with you to try to be better than you is, those are not your friends. There is a difference between healthy competition and someone trying to squash you to get above you. But it's very confusing because I feel like a lot of people do that. Like most of my friends that I have had that like competitive like jealousy of like, I need to be better than you. But he's like, if they're so threatened by you, like, you must be doing something right. Most people around me do. So what he says about it is he's like, he is very like crude. He literally reminds me of Light from Death Note. And Light is very arrogant. And he's speaking very arrogantly because I feel like you need to have more confidence in yourself. But he's like, act like you're better than them. Like, act like they're not being an asshole. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, he's like, they have their issues and they're going to quietly, like, self-implode over in the corner. Don't pay mind to it. Because once you, like, pay mind to it, you've, like, fallen for their trap. And then they're going to just, like, take advantage of you. Because the cards that I pulled for you, you're the Magician card. You're the one that has all the cards. It's like, what's the question here? They're trying to take the cards from you. You have them all. They're going to make you feel like you don't, and they're going to make you feel like you're less than them. But you're the one that has all of the cards. So, like, don't worry about what they're doing. Don't even pay mind to them until they're going to be ready to collab with you. Like, act like everything is fine. Because, like, they're just going to have it's like a toddler. Like, they're going to have their tantrum over in the corner. You can't pay mind to the tantrum because they're an adult. You don't need to regulate their emotions for them. You're not their parent. Like, let them figure themselves out, and when they're ready, they can come and play again. Do you have other questions before I move on to Charles? So I need to just do my thing. Okay, so there's two I'm working with. That explains one. What about the other? Okay, tell me if this is right. Is the one a bit arrogant and competitive, and the other one is a bit quiet and dismissive? Because they're like, the same tactics work for both of them. They're very much like, you need to have boundaries that fits both of them. So it's like, they want me to say one of them is trying to go over your boundaries and the other one is trying to go under them. So you just need to have a big enough wall that goes through both sides. You can't crack under that pressure of that. Hey, Alyssa. Seems like you've activated my trap card. No, exactly what I was thinking of. I don't see it as arrogant, but just more go with the flow. More want something specific. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're more passive, but they still have the, like... I don't know, I don't want to use the, like, wrong word. They still have this, like, big idea about themselves. Like, they want to be right. They're like, the boundary is the same. You just need to make sure that they can't get around it. Because they're going to use different, like, emotional tactics to manipulate you. Do my thing and it will work for both, yes. Yeah, it's kind of like, he wants me to say that, like, there's different types of relationship attachments. So there's, like, God, I forget what all of the attachments are called. But you guys know what I'm talking about? There's, like, different types of attachment styles. You need to be the secure attachment style. You can't chase. You can't, like, have them chase you. You need to be comfortable in yourself enough to be like, I don't really care the games that you're playing. It doesn't work for me. But yeah. Thank you so much for purchasing a reading. We are on to Charles. Charles, I've read a lot of your spirit guides. I specifically remember the rock dude. But let me know if I tell you one that I've already read. Hold on, let me see if this is one of them. Have I told you about an orange male spirit guide? It was very loud. I think he's new. Have I read you before? Okay. Okay, no. Okay, great. He's very big and square. You just have a lot of earth, like, nature guides. He looks like lava. He reminds me of Bolin from Avatar. He doesn't look like that. He looks like... He looks like the rock dude from Fantastic Four. Like, to a T. Do you know who I'm talking about? I see a Riker with the Cheez-Its. So I went to the kitchen to get mine.
This thumbnail is popping so far.
Ooh. I like it.
I like it too.
It looks really creepy.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Team Cheez-Its. Yes. Yeah, but he has his personality like Bolin. So if you watched Legend of Korra, Bolin is a character from there. He's a lava bender. But he's an earthbender that bends lava. But that is his personality. Very, like, dorky, masculine, kind of cheesy, but very, very loving guy. I'd love to get a reading if it's restocked later. Yes, I will restock later. I should have 4 more readings, which includes this one. So it'll be Charles, Gina, Kristen, Cameron, and then after Cameron, I'll restock them. So he's a Cheez-It. You're right. Actually, you're right. Kind of sounds like me. Well, that's what I was thinking too. He's very much like looking at his muscles and like twinkling at the same time. Like kissing his muscles and then looking at me and his eyes twink like he like blinks, like winks at me and twinkles. He's hilarious. And orange spirit guides usually deal with like creativity and outward expression. So it's taking the thoughts in your head and expressing them outwardly. And that doesn't have to be through like art. It can be anything. The main idea is taking what's going on in your head and using different forms of expression to express it outwardly. I don't know if this is true. He's talking about, like, going out and getting a relationship. Are you in a relationship? He says you've been feeling yourself. I know that sounds, like, random. But he, like, wants to talk about, like, random shit going on in your life. You just feel so much better than you have. I feel like this person, because you say I'm talking to someone a lot, I feel like this person makes you feel like you can be yourself. Is that true? Because I feel like you've been, I feel like you've been, for a really long time, you've felt like you had to, like, close off. Because anytime you opened up, and it's not necessarily just in a relationship, just in general, like, just life has been, like, throwing you absolute bullshit for a really long time. And then now you feel like you can finally come out of, like, honestly, I want to say the tank that has been protecting you. Because you truly felt like your body was, like, under a war. We literally had this conversation last night. Yeah, no, it literally feels like everything is like spring is starting and the sun finally came out and you like came out of hibernation. That's what he's talking about. And he's like for once in your life, you feel safe enough to just be you and you not have to worry about, like, surviving. And it's really sweet. He's like, you're finally getting the answers to the questions that you've been looking for a long time. But now it feels a little bit overwhelming because you're like, what do I do with this new power? Because he's like, you're a little bit scared to, like, do something wrong. Because you're like, I feel so good, I can't lose this. This is bad. So he's like, it's like the door in front of you is open and you are seeing everything you've ever wanted. And you're like, the second I walk out that door, I'm going to be like in a China factory and all of the glasses are going to start breaking. Like that's who I am. Every time I do something, I ruin it. And he's like, he makes me feel like it's not this time. You need to trust it because, like, you don't have any other option. You can either stay where you are and it just is really boring, or you go into the China factory and you hope for the best. Because they're like, you should be chasing the happiness. So if you're getting opportunities that you like, don't be worried about them going away. Obviously, eventually they're going to go away. But if you're looking for your downfall, you're going to fall. This is the thing I've been telling people a lot because I ride horses. I'm a horse girl. If you're riding a horse and they're bucking and you're looking at the ground, you're planning your fall subconsciously. You are more likely to fall off your horse than you are if you were to just look straight ahead and ride the buck. So you have the answer that you're looking for, but the thing that is clouding it are the emotions around it of like, I can't lose this, because it's like in your head you're like, if I lose it again, I don't think I can, like, continue on. But you're also really confused because it's like right now you also feel like you could take it if something went wrong because you've done it before. It's very, like, confusing, like you're feeling two things at once of, I can't take it if horrible things happen again, but at the same time I've done it before, so why not? So it's like, well, I don't know, you're this big rock dude that looks like he's from the Fantastic Four, like, let's go to a China shop and see what's gonna go happen. Like, if everything comes crashing down, like, at least you had a good time. Do you have a question? My dad is big on time and the concept of time. He is joking about being father time. Being stagnant wastes his time. Go for it. No, literally. He's like, you got nothing else to lose, right? Where in the States should you go? Oh, God. That's a very specific question. Hold on, let me see if it will tell me that. The first card that you got is, you know where you want to live. I don't know. Every time I talk to your spirit guides, they just show me mountains. They show me mountains and water. But I could also selfishly tell you to just move to the East Coast so that we can hang out and go on a ghost hunt. I was thinking Oregon. Are there... What? That's not the East Coast. That's what Riker says. Are there mountains in Oregon? I know nothing about Oregon. Oregon is one of those, like, states that I, like, forget exist. Oh, it's so pretty! Yeah, go there. I'm retired now, so I can definitely come visit. What's up? Take you on a ghost hunt.
If I remember correctly, he's not far from my parents.
What state do you live in right now? Because I thought you moved to Arizona. Did that happen? Oh, you're back in Cali? San Diego area? I did, but it went wrong. I think you live near Riker's family. So, Temecula. Yeah. I think you live near, like, Riker's family. Over in the Californias. So, if we can figure out how to do a ghost hunt over there, we'll let you know. But it's hard. It's so expensive there. Do you have any other questions before I move on to the next one? But, like, yeah, doing ghost hunts, because, like, you have, like, the Queen Mary, but technically in their website it says you shouldn't be posting videos on there, so I've figured out that YouTubers go there and they book rooms and then post it anyways. The Whaley House is so expensive for why? No, I'm good, thank you. No problem. Yeah, the Whaley House is like, you have like a set fee and you get like a few hours, like 3 or 4. And then every hour after that is like an extra $700 or something. So it's like, oh my god, that's so little time and it's so expensive, like thousands of dollars. So we're like, So when we went to San Diego, we ended up going to the Cosmopolitan. And basically nothing happened there. But yeah, apparently we could do like some ghost investigations in like Old Town, which the Cosmopolitan was in Old Town. But it would be like outside at like maybe like a cemetery or something like that. Or we could do it on the outside of the Whaley House, but that sounds like no fun. I heard Hotel del Coronado was haunted. We could definitely do that. That would be fun. We would have to book a couple rooms so that we have like somewhere to go. But it's so pretty because we drove past it because I've never like actually been inside of it. But it's really pretty. So that is an option. We could definitely do that. And then I think Riker's mom may potentially know someone that has a haunted house. But I don't know if we could still get in contact with them. I can get a military discount. Might be worth it. I'll hit you up when we are going back over there in that area. But that'll be a lot easier because we would be visiting Riker's family regardless. So like we would be in the area if we wanted to do ghost hunts. But next person I have on my list is Gina. Okay, definitely. Mackie and Amanda have gone to Del Coronado. They've gone to a lot of like hotels in California because obviously they're from there. And hotels are a lot easier to do in California because there's not really like designated like ghost investigation locations. For whatever reason, they're all on the other side of the country. So I'm glad we live over there. But like for some reason, again, all of the YouTubers are in California. I mean, I know why, but like it's easier to do ghost hunts on the other side of the country. Isn't Del Coronado the one where they caught the giant shadow figure? Did they? I feel like they've gone there multiple times because I think they also went there with Sam and Colby. Or at least Amanda did. You've never read a spirit guide for me. Okay. Fantastic. I'm glad that you're already ahead of me to tell me that's the case. Oh my god. This spirit guide is really pretty. He's masculine. He kind of looks like Groot. Hold on. But he's not tree. He's just shaped like that. He is green and blue. And it's kind of like he is the shape of Groot. But his body is like earth and like actual like tiny trees. It's like he's an environment. And then the blue is like water trickling through his body. but he has like a face like Groot where it like is very square and then has like, I don't know, like earth cracks on his head. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, Whaley House is 1,000 for 2 hours. 2 hours, 400 or for the tour, and then 800.
So, I'm looking at the email from us inquiring about it.
Come closer.
Yeah, it is $500 per hour from 10 to midnight.
Yeah.
If you want a tour and to stop other people from getting tours or at the same time, it's an additional $400. And if you want to make sure that there's no other like late night guided tours or like guided investigations, it's an extra $800. And then every hour after midnight is an additional $700.
Yeah, because we thought that was like a for sure easy thing to do, because everybody does that when they go over to the East Coast or the West Coast.
What?
Because we thought that was going to be an easy ghost hunt since everyone is going over there on that side of the country and does Whaley House. But it also makes sense of why people's videos are kind of like short. It's because you don't have enough time to do anything.
It would have ended up being more than the Conjuring House.
Yeah, it would have been more than a Conjuring House. And everybody was complaining about the Conjuring House being like a couple $1,000s. Whaley House would have been more. But it's just like everything over in California is just like crazy. So I'm glad we live over here where we can do ghost hunts for like $170.
Do you like this thumbnail so far?
Yes, I love it. Oh, there's a man in there too. It's great. A man!
Oh man! Yeah.
Come to Dallas. I want to.
The video's also uploading.
To
An
YouTube?
hour left.
Oh, great.
So.
We're in the clear. It's going to be up before 7 p.m. So. Yeah, also the Conjuring House seems to be having, like, some issues. So I don't know if it's still opened.
Legally, it's not supposed to be open.
Legally, it's not supposed to be opened.
But
It is cheaper than the Whaley House.
which isn't really the flex you would think it is.
Yeah. But yeah, we really want to go to Dallas because we want to go to Hill House. There's also that nun hospital that I think would be fun. I have friends that live in Dallas, and they have like a list of locations that they want me to take them to, and I'm like, yes, please. Also, I think if you guys have seen Vanessa is currently there for a while, and we're like, I think she's more Austin, which is still close. So we're like, want to hang out with our friends over in Texas. Anyways.
Sorry, not to distract.
No, you're fine. So, for Gina, you have he's so pretty. He looks like a landscape, but like in human form. Like, he would be fun to draw. But he looks like he looks like Groot, but if you like put a landscape onto the shape of Groot. So, blue spirit guides deal with higher spiritual understanding, so it is understanding beyond the physical. And then green spirit guides deal with physical understanding, so understanding the like human physical society rules, why people do the things that they do. That is green spirit guides. So he helps with both of those things. He talks about how, I don't know, he makes me feel like you see the good in people. He's like, you are very observant and you understand a lot more than what's going on around you. And I feel like just very quiet about it. And, and you're just very quiet about it in a like observer sort of way. Sorry, I was reading chat for a second. He talks about boundaries as well. Sounds about right. Do you know why he presents as earth and land? Um God, okay, that's a like very big question. The reason why he presents like that, a lot of times the spirit guides, the reason why they are connected to our souls and help us in the life that they do is because we met them in past lives. I feel like your soul deals with a lot of like naturalistic things. You didn't ask for a soul type reading, but you're getting one. I feel like your soul deals with life. And I feel like it deals specifically with creating like landscape. Cuz I feel like you work with him, but you have a very feminine energy and he has a very masculine energy. But you are one of the like beings that helped create Earth. And they want to say life-bearing planets. But the reason why he's here to help you is because he gives you perspective on things. He allows you to understand and feel the emotions of what it's like to be human, but in addition to that, be able to see how those emotions impact your situation, your environment, other people, etc., etc., etc. So he's like, you can get one teeny tiny piece of information and you can like build out this huge like map of everything that has gone on. Like you can have one puzzle piece and know what the full puzzle looks like from one piece. And he's like, I am one of those beings that help you to exist in this world. What is his personality like? He is very calm and he kind of feels like he has a lot of old knowledge. It's kind of like if you were to talk to like an old man, like a grandfather, but he's not old. He says he's not old for the type of being that he is. Life-bearing planets are not, he wants to say, are more new age, or like the way in which Earth is. Does that make sense? He talks about specifically why he's here for you. I feel like you give your heart to people, like fully, without a second like thought. You literally meet people and they're nice to you and you're like, okay, here you go, I give you my full heart. And he's like, that's a little bit of an issue because not everyone is going to be nice to you about it. But he's like, you can't help yourself. He's spot on. He's like, you'd rather it be broken to pieces 150 times. You'd rather do it over and over and over again because it allows you to feel connection. It allows you to feel like the relationship is real and true. And it allows you to feel connected to that person. Yes and yes. A lot of people do not do that at all. A lot of people are scared. And he's like, I am here to help with that. Which is why he has earth and water and why he is important in your life now. Because to me, earth and water are also signs and symbols for me. Water deals with emotions. Earth deals with like grounded stableness. So he's like, the earth represents boundaries and the water represents the emotional sides. You are the person that gives your heart. That's the emotional aspect. You are more of a watery being. He is more of an earth being, which is why you two work well together. So he is helping you to understand boundaries. You are allowed to give your heart to people. That is fine. You can do that. But you also need to do it in a secure way. So it's not a chasing way, like we were talking about attachment styles earlier in this stream. It's not in a chasing way, it's in a secure way. Does that make sense? Because he's like, you can't help yourself. There's no not doing it for you. And not doing it is not the answer either. So he's like, do it with boundaries.
I forgot to put in the membership clip. Calling out members. Well, too late now.
Wow.
We'll get them next time.
We'll get him next time. Well, did we say anything specific?
I don't think so.
Yeah, you can just put it in the next one. Total sense, thank you. Do you have any other questions? Riker didn't put in our call out to membership, so now you will get it here. If you guys are interested in joining members, here is the link. Members. Nightbot will give you that. There it is. So, we have started doing this new thing where we are releasing all of our raw footage of our investigations to members. It's the $25 tier or higher. And we have done that with Beal. There are 14 new videos to watch on members. I think you can see what's available being not a member. You just can't watch them. But those videos, there are videos that are fully unreleased. No one has seen at all, like bonus videos, as well as you get to see uncut all of the other things that were included in our investigation. So you get to see both part 1 and part 2 of Beal, which is out right now. But our next 3 locations, we will also be doing that as well. So you will have a lot of content to watch and to feed through and to see all of the behind the scenes, because we talk about what's going on a lot, and that stuff's not going to be included in the final video. So it is worth it. Go check it out. Okay, we are on Kristen. Hello, Kristen. I read a lot of your guides. I'm sorry if I read another one. The 20 hours Riker was talking about, the other stream. Yes.
It kind of took me to edit Wildwood.
Oh, that's how long it took you to edit Wildwood.
Yeah. Probably a little bit less.
Maybe
I
less.
spent all yesterday just doing the history section. I spent like 6 hours, 7 hours just on the history.
Riker spent like 6 or 7 hours on like, is it 2-minute clip?
Yeah.
A 2-minute clip for the history section. The history section is nice. Hello, Kristen. The OG Kristen tried to change your name on me. Because holy cow. I think there's 14 videos. I don't know how many hours there are.
Over 10 hours.
Over 10 hours. Riker says over 10 hours. Yeah, let me know if I've read a guide that I've spewed to you before, but I've read so many of your guides that I'm like, I don't know. We're also putting all of those members videos are going to be in the location folder. So you'll have the finished videos, and then at the end it will have the members content. It's the effort you put into the videos that make them special. That's what Rachel says.
I love it. I'm proud. I think
It's a really good video. We didn't think anything happened, but now we know different, and it's a really good video. So, I'm excited. Riker needs a raise. That's what Brendan says. It's true, it's true.
You know how I can get a raise? By joining members.
By joining members. That's how we get Riker a raise. By joining members. Can't wait to watch. Okay, Kristen. Gosh. All of your guides, I'm sorry, lately have just been so satirical. You have a yellow spirit guide who's female and she's covered in flowers. And she's like really old. She's like an old lady. Because I can hear she has like a raspy voice. She's very like vocal. I feel like she talks to you in your head. I don't think you hear her the same way that I do. I think she talks in your voice because that's less weird and stressful. But she's an old woman. She's in a yellow dress. Interesting, okay. Because she's like, sometimes you gotta smell the roses, honey. In this like nasty, like raspy voice. But she says it in a like sarcastic way. Does it make me feel like other people have kind of like said that to you? Because she's like, you know that already. But the thing that she wants to come forward for, because first off, yellow spirit guide, she deals with emotional intelligence. Usually when I see things with flowers, flowers for me are in association to love. And she is saying that she's come forward to help with self-love. And that is reestablishing. She wants me to say like reestablishing roots because you have been uprooted in a way. And she makes me feel like the roots are going to be different than they were before. So it's going to take a while for you to feel normal again. And when I say normal, I mean like stable, familiar. And that's going to be the roots. Because she's like showing me, before you had roots that were like in the ground, that got like ripped up. And when you like repot plant, it is very traumatic on the plant. So it takes a while for the plant to re-root itself. But she's like, you were in the ground for so long and now you're going to be in a pot. Because now being in a pot allows you to be able to move. Makes you feel lighter. You're not going to feel as heavy. So she says that's going to change a lot of things for you. It's going to change your coping mechanisms. It's going to change your interests. It's going to change who you surround yourself with, which we talk about a lot with you, but they're like saying how it's like, she wants me to use the word like how unnatural everything feels right now. And it's because you have been uprooted. Plants are not designed to be uprooted and moved, which is why it is traumatic. So she's like, you're reestablishing who you are as a person, but everything right now just feels very stormy, and every time you try to put down roots, they get ripped out. You have to wait until the storm is done. True, but I'm going through growth. Yes. The plant doesn't stop growing even though it's not in the ground. But she says everything is very confusing right now and you feel like you are surviving. Because again, you are a plant that is not in the ground. You are a fish out of water. It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. You have to allow the storm to pass and then you can put down roots. So, do you have questions about that? Could you please channel my red and pink spirit guide? Because she's fantastic. She smells like cherries right now. I don't know what that means, but she just does smell like cherries. She's talking about you walking around in your life like you own the place. But you don't feel like that. But everyone looks at you, because this is how they're explaining it to me. You're making all of these changes and people see you doing it so confidently, even though, like, You don't feel confident about anything. You don't feel good about anything. You just feel like you have to do it in order to survive. And they are misunderstanding that for confidence. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Because they're like not understanding what's going on with you because they don't understand the way you're acting about it or how it is affecting you because you don't look like how they expect you to act. Because she's like, your life is being flipped upside down. And you're kind of doing it because you're just kind of sick of it. And because you're doing it, people are like, well, you chose to do it and you did it so confidently. So, like, why are you upset? How do they expect me to act? That's a good question. That's the one I'm trying to still figure out because I feel like I have done the same thing. The reason why I'm telling you like this is because she's using an experience that I have had to explain to other people. So like I was in a relationship for a really, really long time and then all of a sudden I like broke up with this person. And everyone in my life was very confused. And were like, oh my God. Like, why would you do such a thing? Like, I thought I thought you were going to get married. I thought all of these things were going to happen. They didn't really see what was actually going on in my life. They just had this, like, preconceived notion of what was going on. And expected, because of how confidently I switched, that I wouldn't be, like, sad or heartbroken or something about it. So they're like, why are you so sad? Like, pick yourself up. Why are you acting this way? And it's just, like, it was very confusing for me because I'm like, I just lost one of my best friends. And, like, I have been feeling this way for so long, but nobody saw it. So they were confused. Does that make sense? Because it's like, they don't understand what's going on behind the scenes for you. So they expect you to act a certain way because they don't see everything that's going on. Like, they don't see what's going on behind the curtain. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Yeah. They're just making assumptions because they don't understand how the play was put on. Do you have any other questions before I move on? Best fruit, hands down. Riker really hates cherries, but they smell nice.
No, they don't.
Fake cherries smell nice. No. Riker says no. I like cherry cola. No. Riker also says no. But when we get cherry Coke, I do get the whole thing because Riker doesn't like cherry. I don't like cherries, like actual cherries. I just like the fake stuff. Like, I don't know, those like cherries that you put on like the top of sundaes or whatever. Gross. Do you like cherries they put on sundaes? No. Absolutely no. I'm also a cherry hater. That's how I feel with watermelon. Yeah. I like watermelon, but only if it is good watermelon. What about moonshine cherries? Lol. I've never had a moonshine cherry. Okay. How do I move forward in my life and career? How do I move forward in my life and job? Okay, this is what they say. This is what they say. This is not going to be what you want. That's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, oh, I've heard this one before. It has felt like you have been in a cage for a really long time, The cage door is wide open, and they are ready whenever you want to come out to start doing that. Because they're like, the universe is ready to support that. Like, whatever you want to do, like, start doing it, and the universe will give you, like, it will provide for you. But you're not used to that because you've been living in a cage for so long, so you're really scared to get out of the cage. So they're like, unfortunately, the answer is just start doing what you want to do and then trust. I'm coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Okay, I'm gonna move on to Carmen. Sorry. Sorry if I've been saying your name wrong this whole time. I'm now really confused about what your name is. I'm sorry. Organized religion is the cage, and yes, that makes sense. Hi there, it's okay. Yeah, because I was like, wait, there's an R there. I've been reading it wrong this whole time. Have I read you before? I don't think so. Oh, sorry, you have a cute guide. I'm excited. What a lovely song to get in my head, Gabby. Okay, no. You have this very cutesy little, I don't know. She's female. She looks like a little bunny, but like not like a living rabbit, like a stuffed animal rabbit. And usually when I get stuffed animal type things, it is because this guide was with you since you were a child and helped you with child things. And usually they appear like monsters or toys or things like that, and that tells me that they came in with you when you were younger, because it helps like relate to you as a child. They're less scary. She's very, very cute. She is blue and purple. She literally looks like a stuffed animal rabbit. So she's kind of like humanized. So like she has like, she kind of looks like if she was a Winnie the Pooh character. So she has a shirt on and no pants. She's Pooh bearing, if you will. But she has a shirt on that's blue, and then she has this purple aura around her, so she's blue and purple. I feel like you had a very, very high understanding as a child, but you were very, like, quiet about it, and people didn't really understand how intelligent you were, and how much you picked up. Does that make sense? Spot on. The reason why I say that, you have a blue spirit guide. She's blue. So blue deals with higher spiritual understanding. So that is looking at something in front of you and seeing all of the stuff behind it. It's like seeing behind the curtain in the play. And then you have purple with her. Purple deals with mental space and psychic energy. And it usually, people that have purple spirit guides, especially very young, they have a hard time being present in their bodies. They deal with a lot of like being stuck in their head. They can get into dissociation. Sorry, I'm looking. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking for a black spirit guide with you, because I feel like you have a black spirit guide. I feel like who came in before the bunny, because that just like gives me information, because you said you had a rough childhood, and I wanted to say like, oh, you what was I going to say? You might struggle with like dissociation, but she's not a black spirit guide, so that might not be the case. But I feel like she is She's not the one that does the dissociation, but you did experience a lot of it as a child. Well, Black Spirit Guide from day one. I don't think you came in with the Black Spirit Guide, though. I think you got a lot of spirit guides very quickly when you were very young. A lot was going on and a lot was changing. But they... I don't know, your Black Spirit Guide talks about a nightlight. I don't know if that makes sense to you. They look like the night sky, and the stars are the things that are the nightlight. What does black signify? Black usually deals with things that we want to keep hidden. It is usually in association to trauma, and the trauma is so harsh that it causes dissociation. So it is very keen on working through dissociated thoughts. So when we get a Black Spirit Guide, they usually are covering up thoughts that are too overwhelming for the mind to handle. You got the Black Spirit Guide before the white one. Black Spirit Guide does not have a gender. So this Bunny Spirit Guide is... Oh, I should also say that she's a white rabbit. I don't know if I said that. Sometimes I just assume that people can see things in my head. That's not the case. She's white. But she is an element of comfort for you. Because I feel like you struggled a lot with getting stuck in your head, and you dealt with a lot of, like maladaptive daydreaming. Is kind of like a lot of the time you weren't really present. It felt like you were having like depersonalization or out-of-body experiences constantly. You had a really hard time staying in your body. So I don't know if you had stuffed animals or what it was, but she says touch brings you back into your body and makes you feel real. So like pressure. This kind of thing. Or like weighted blanket. So she helps you to stay inside your body. I feel like that may have been something that happened at night a lot. Yeah, I feel like the type of dissociation was kind of like you were there and then afterwards it was hard to remember. So I don't know if there's like big spots in your memory from your childhood because it's like, oh yeah, because like, okay, there's different ways to dissociate, and the reason I know that is because I talk to people about it. So for me, I have dissociated in 2 different ways. One of which is where I don't remember it while it is happening. So it was literally like I was just not in my body. I was not there. I would remember waking up and going to sleep, and that was it. But nowadays, the ways I dissociate is I am present during what is going on fully. And then like the next day, I will have absolutely no recollection of what happened. They're like, that is more in line with what happens to you. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I can also be wrong. But that's how she makes me feel like it. And I feel like that's why she's there, too. Because I feel like you struggle a lot with, I don't know if you have, like, panic attacks, but it's just, like, this feeling of being overstimulated. Like, your skin is crawling and you're having, like, a hard time breathing. She says that you struggle with emotions because it's translated to anxiety. It doesn't matter what the emotion is. It just is anxious, anxious, anxious. And you feel the emotions in your body in the same way, in an anxious way, all the time. So she is one of those guides that I feel like is always there. She wants to talk about how she deals specifically with relationships with other people, not necessarily romantic, just relationships in general. because there is always this like voice in the back of your head of you need to protect yourself from this person because you're worried about what they can do. I don't know if that makes sense. There's always just this worry about what is going to happen. She makes me think of my cat Beans. I seem her out. Really does make sense. Sorry, I'm asking her questions. Because I'm like, are we doing drama work? Is that why you're here? She says yes. Baby steps is what she says about it. She says, nowadays you are able to work on things that you are fully detached from. Meaning, you are not in the same environment, you are not around the same people, there is no ties to you. Now you can start looking at those emotions. And the more you are comfortable doing that, the easier it will be able to do in the future. But right now, the things that she's helping you with dissociation from your past are like, it needs to be fully detached. Seek her out for grounding. Because she's like, if you work on the wrong thing, it will start you back from zero. So she's like, trauma work will happen naturally, and it will happen when you are far away from the situation itself and anything related to the situation. Do you have questions for her? While you answer, I'm going to look into restocking. So if you guys missed it or are interested in a reading, I'm going to restock this. I'm going to give you guys the link. But let me know if you have questions. Okay, that's the link. There's also a link at the top of chat and in the description. So you have options. And I'll give you a second to think about that if you have to like type in like your password for PayPal or whatever. But I'll be stocking 5 more readings. Also, Erica, thank you so much for the donation. I don't know if you're still here. It was very sweet. It makes me want to cry. Are there any other things they want to tell me? She wants to say you're doing a better job than what you think you're doing. I just feel this like sense of overwhelm. What's up? She says that you have this feeling of overwhelm, and it's like, you like are hard on yourself about things. You feel like it's never going to stop. But she just reassures baby steps. One foot in front of the other. I'm literally in tears. You have no idea how spot on you are. I'm glad I'm able to help. Those are the types of spirit guides I like talking to. They're very easy to talk to because a lot of it is I've also dealt with. But she's very much like, you can't go too fast with this. Even though you want to, it's not going to be worth it. One of my guides just tapped me on the shoulder and was like, listen to this. Listen, every time I do readings like this, they're like, are you listening? This is about you. And half of the time when that happens, I'm like, are we sure that this is not just a reading for me? Just started some trauma work with my counselor. Yeah. Yeah, very much. She warns as the trauma work from your past, like childhood era, you need to be fully detached from before you start working on it. Because otherwise, it will undo things that you've already worked on. Okay, I'm going to restock this. But do you pay directly on Ko-Fi or do you need a PayPal? Thanks for doing these. I don't know the answer to that question, to be honest. Does anybody know the answer to that? Thank you, no problem. Both. Okay, I'm just gonna hit save. I'll let you see if you can figure it out. I have no idea. PayPal is faster. PayPal, I think, just works the best. Lol. Yeah. I'm like, I've never bought from my Ko-Fi account before, or anyone else's for that matter. I just know what people tell me in chat. And people are like, if you sign into PayPal beforehand, then you can do it faster, because we do another live stream where we draw people's spirit guides and we open 2 at a time. And it is literally like Hunger Games, like battle to the death for a spot. Just send cash and have it show up 3 to 5 business days. Yeah, but glad I was able to help and give you some validation of things. God, you guys are quick. Send some cash, lol. I'm back. I just bought one. My name is D. Dude, you guys are fast. Spirit guides always do so well.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you like in between readings?
Yes.
Okay.
I just restocked.
Oh, okay. Because I need help figuring out what we should do for the title.
Oh, hold on.
So I know you were saying some things.
I was thinking about that earlier. I'm thinking of a title for our video. It could be like, who is following us? Or what is following us? This pen does not work. Something about lies.
Something evil is playing games with us.
Something evil is playing games with us. I think that's a good one. Because that is true. Riker has a stalker question mark? Just to clickbait it. Listen, the thing with YouTube is clickbait is bad because it could bite you in the butt. But if you deliver on it, then it's good. Dead man tells no lies. Dead man tells too many lies. Do the guides step forward themselves? Yes, you don't need to know about your guides. I will tell you about them. So no worries. I think it might be sold out. Let me see. Erica got a spirit guide reading. What's up? Alright. Like an email spirit guide reading. If you guys don't want a live reading, you can do the private readings. That is also in the link in the description. But they're sold out, I believe. Let's see. There's 5 there. The order is D, Tiny, Very Reckless, Selena, and Melissa. I mean, it's sold out. Creep stalked M in a dream, followed her. I mean, that is true. But not in the way that people would think. I'm just overthinking about my fluffy bunny guy. Just knowing about her is comforting. Right? Because all those times you felt like you were alone and you weren't. There was someone there with you. My computer is doing the same whirring noise. Dude, it scares the shit out of me. But anyways, we're starting with D. Six new donations. Okay. We have D. I'm so excited. By the way, I'm Melissa. Okay, so you'll be last. You're gonna have to remind me of that probably. I just like get too into the channeling thing and then I like fully forget what's going on. Dude, I'm really also hungry. I'm just thinking about dinner. But it's also 3, so maybe I should eat something. Yeah. Will you bring me a bag of chips?
Yeah, of course. Do you have preference?
Barbecue chips?
Barbecue?
Yeah. I'm going to eat chips.
Okay.
Didn't you have lunch? I had a smoothie. And that was it. Riker and I have been eating 1 meal a day. That's probably not a good thing, but it is more affordable. It's probably also not a good thing to say. That's fine. That's not a lunch, M. Liquid diet, lovely. But if I only eat once a day, then I'll have more food to last longer. You gotta nurture yourself. But also, well, it is girl dinner. Eating is fun, though. Eating is fun if you have food to eat. My mom would say oatmeal for breakfast, then eat your 1 meal. I know what you mean. Yeah. The animals eat better in this household, too. Mm-hmm. The cost of living is rising. I don't blame you. Yeah, we're on food stamps, so like we don't get a lot of food stamps, but we have food right now, and it's great. And I'm hoping that we can have orzo tonight, but I don't know if we're gonna have orzo. And if we don't have orzo, we have ravioli and spaghetti, and I've been wanting spaghetti for the last 2 weeks. Send you good energy for prosperity. Thank you for that. Sorry, I'm thinking about the word prosperity because I'm autistic. We have prosperity candles that are available on our Etsy shop. But, yeah. Coven for prosperity. Oh yeah, we didn't do a prosperity spell. I have a prosperity spell that I did with Riker. Being poor, not having food to eat.
Oh.
Eating 1 meal a day because it makes our food last longer. What's the word I usually say? Product placement. Lay's barbecue chips. Sorry. You're gonna have to listen to this. Anyways. I'm starving. Barbecue? Nice. I forgot that I can mute my mic from my mic. Nice segue there, right? Yeah, I was like, do I do it? Do I do it? I'm doing it. Waits for Riker to creep up and whisper ASMR into the mic. Riker's eating pasta salad. Okay. So, we're doing D. Lay's, Cheez-Its, and pasta salad. We're autistic in this household. Oh gosh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to decide who wants to talk. You have some lady that's blindfolded, and then you have a man, but the man kind of like stepped away. So, we're gonna read the blindfolded lady. Goulash. What is goulash? Brendan's like, if you want a nice cheap meal that lasts a week. We're autistic. We have ARFID. I don't know what goulash is. Like, absolutely have no idea.
It's a soup with meat.
Yeah. We don't like... I don't like meat. Riker eats meat. But very selectively. Ground beef. A second that need candles in the UK. I'll look into that. I have to figure it out. I would like to just be not on Etsy, because Etsy has some restrictions, but you have a very weird spirit guide. That's why I'm kind of stalling. I'm also eating things, but you don't need meat. What?
We should do like pizza for dinner tonight instead. I don't feel like cooking.
Pizza?
Yeah.
That sounds good too. I'm just starving, so anything sounds really good. Is this true?
Yes.
Okay, you have an angel spirit guide. Hold on. There is like a specific image I'm looking for. Is this true?
Yes.
Okay. So, D. The reason why I'm like pausing is because they're like showing me certain things to tell me what kind of angel they are. Cause okay, so there's this woman. She has like a blindfold on, and then she has like eyes, like a halo of eyes going around her head, like in three rings. So there's a ring here, and then there's a ring here, and a ring here. And she said that is a sign and symbol for me to look up angel ranks. I think she's a throne angel, which is up in the highest tier. Which is why I was like, are you real? Because not a lot of people have angel spirit guides, let alone angel spirit guides that are like up there in the ranks. So there are 9 ranks of angel. Throne, I believe, are rank 7. What does this mean, M? Oh, don't worry, I'm getting to it. I feel like you're a death soul. And this angel, gosh, she does a lot. So she is purple and black and white. Sorry, I'm just like, where do I start? I feel like your life is very, like, kind of loud, but no one else thinks that. And what I mean by that is I feel like you go through a lot of trauma, but it doesn't seem like the trauma is that impactful. Or, like, you go through a lot of, like, ups and downs and a lot of change, and the change impacts a lot of people, not just you. Is that true? Does that make sense? It's okay. I'm weird. It's not that you're weird. It's that you're a very influential person. To some extent, yes. That is exactly the answer that I was expecting. Because, like, Riker and I have a Seraphim, or a Seraph angel. Like, we have two Seraph angels as spirit guides. So if you guys know Sakuna is a Seraph. Richard is technically, like, on that list, but lower. But Sakuna is a Seraph. Seraphim is the plural. Seraph is the singular. But Seraph is the highest ranking of angel. So when you have angel spirit guides that are up in the higher ranks, doing nonchalant things impact people around you very intensely. And it impacts you, but you're more used to it than the other people. So how this looks like in your life, do you have a hard time keeping friends? The reason why I ask that is when you meet people, it very much, like, triggers change for them. For some reason, I can't make or keep them. Yeah. The way you are as a person, like, opens up doors of change for other people. People do not like changing. Most people do not like it. It is, like, a part of your everyday life. That is what I'm talking about with the, like, you have a lot of crazy change, you have a lot of, like, ups and downs. You don't think so because that's normal for you. So when other people come into your life, they see a reflection of who they are, they don't like it, and it causes them to have, like, huge, like, spiritual awakenings, like, changes in their life, and it almost just, like, leads them in the opposite direction because they don't want to change that fast. So, in order for you to feel understood and connected to other people, it is easier for you to find people that are similar mindset in the sense of they also have these big guys with them. So it's kind of like hanging out with more loners are the people that are going to be the ones that stick more often than not. But yeah, it's like a problem for you because I, like, understand the, like, difference of, like, people being like, oh, I just, like, struggle because I'm, like, autistic, or, like, I struggle because of this or that, or, like, I'm socially awkward. It's almost like you feel like there's something wrong with you, that you, like, can't not fuck up friendships. And it's not even, that's not what's happening to you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's literally just you existing in a realm that is so low, just, like, absolutely is, like, a crater of energy around you, and other people don't like it. Like, so many people are attracted to you, and they, like, want to get to know you. They want to, like, hang out with you. They're inspired by you. They say, like, you're, like, this overachiever, whatever, and then They hang out with you for a few weeks, months, years, and then they're like, oh my god, this is too much. And then they leave because it's too much for them. Does that make sense? But it's weird. I'm so loving and giving. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just, you are like, I know this is like really cheesy, like spiritual lingo, but like, you vibrate at a higher frequency than everyone else. And it's not even in a like narcissistic way. You just have a different frequency than a lot of other people. So you attract a lot of things to you very, very, very quickly. Which is why you are so good at things. Like, I feel like you're the type of person where you try to do something and you just like get it immediately. And it's just this spirit guide just existing, just literally just me seeing her, because she's not telling me this information. She's literally just, hey, I'm a throne angel. So that to me is like, oh, well, I have a seraph spirit guide. Here are things that are going on in your life because these are things that have gone on in my life. Do you see anything with occultism? What do you mean? In what way? I'm a throne angel. What's up? That was the only thing she said to me. The rest I'm just like, well, this is what it means to have a throne angel as a spirit guide. Oh. Does she talk about my spiritual abilities? Yes. I'm very into sorcery and psychicism. So why is she with me? What is she guiding me to do? Let me answer your first question. I had a medium once tell me that, because, like, I figured out I was a medium, like, a couple years ago. Because I don't know, the way I experience mediumship is not in a stereotypical, like, seeing type of way. But I had a medium tell me once that even if I, like, didn't do the things that I did in this life, every, like, scenario I would have figured out that I was a medium because it is, like, blatantly in front of my face. I feel like you are just inherently good at it. You're like one of those people that you could like start reading tarot cards and seeing like people talking for you without like any knowledge of mediumship or how to do it. Does that make sense? You're just, like I said, you can watch someone do something once and like know exactly how to do it. You have a very high level of understanding, and it is because of this like angel-esque era. It's like you've lived a lot of lives. You have a purple, white, black spirit guide. And to explain those colors, purple deals with psychic energy, it deals with mental space. But it's very much a space that is separate from here. It is somewhere beyond the physical realm. That's what purple is. And then you have white energy, which is a synchronization of all of the other colors. So it shows that you are very adaptable because you have this synchronization of all of the colors. But you also show people their traumas because black is the trauma aspect. That's the like dissociated things that people don't want to see. The light goes into the dark and you have this balancing act of the both of them. So your like a day in your life is very much kind of like going through trauma work just like over and over and over and over again on repeat. You can't like escape it. But when other people come in, it's like they look at a mirror and see all of their traumas. Why is she with me guiding you to do things? You have past lives as these types of angels, throne angels. So you have this being with you to help you understand what it's like to be a human being, because it is very different Usually when I talk to angels like this, they're very separated because they don't have a lot of like human understandings of things. But she's telling me that that's wrong. That's why I'm hesitating, because I'm like, She's like, there's certain kinds, but the kind that you were more tied to human beings and the change of realities. I feel like you deal with a lot of time things. She's talking about, because now I'm talking to her about it. She's talking about time things in the sense of like, you're one of those people that can do a lot of things very, very quickly. She is helping you with associating or figuring out time things. Interesting. Yeah, sorry this is very, like, weird. But I feel like you're very good at managing time, and it's not because of you physically managing time. I feel like you have the ability as a soul to manipulate it. She is doing what you do to others to you so that you are constantly balanced. So she shows you your traumas and helps you understand them from a human aspect so that you feel more connected to the here, because it is something that you struggle with of being present. I've been trying to train my mediumship. Did she say anything about that? It's about you realizing when it's happening. Because I feel like it is things that you do on a regular basis that is just like so passive and normal to you. So you don't realize that that's mediumship. Yeah, she's like talking about you get a lot of things like claircognizantly, which is just thoughts. Because I feel like seeing things aren't necessarily that important, which is why which is why you're asking me that question. Understanding your claircognizance will allow you to be able to use your mediumship better. And claircognizance is that sort of thing. Oh no! I'm buffering. Am I good now? Oh god. Computer. You're fine.
You're fine now for me.
You're fine. Chill out. We have a few more of these to do. You have to chill out. We have 4 more. And then you'll be fine. Tiny, you're next. Okay. You were buffering. Okay, let me see. Left off, I need to understand my claircognizance. I didn't hear anything after that. Okay. So claircognizance is psychic thought. It's beyond the sensory information, so you just get like light bulb moments. So because of that, there isn't a lot of information. A lot of people don't understand it very well. So because of that, you struggle with your mediumship because you need to understand how that works for you. These readings are paid readings. Right now they're sold out. I'm not sure if I'm going to restock. It depends on how long these take. So I have 4 more readings for this that are booked right now, but right now they're sold out. But if you're looking for a reading, I do have private email readings that if you go to the link in the description, there is a link for that. You can do that. If not, if I don't restock, then we're going to do readings next week. So make sure to subscribe and hit notifications, and it'll let you know when I'm live again. She said I manipulate time. Yes, you do. I do the same thing. Or at least I've been told so. So now I know nothing is wrong with me, and I just vibrate higher. Ooh, freaky. Anyways, we are on Tiny. Did I do readings for you? Like, did I do a spirit guide reading for you? I feel like I did, but that was... I've done so many readings the last 2 weeks. No problem. I'll be sure to book a reading in the future. What's up? Can't wait. I want to do some more, like, fun readings. People are asking about, like, Ouija board stuff, but I want to do that with Riker because it's easier. Sorry, they're sold out right now. But I gave you private readings and then the live stream readings. Do you do any over Zoom currently? Would love to do a face-to-face sometime. Currently, we do not. I don't know if we will do them in the future. But yeah, we do have some Discord readings that we're doing for people, but they got those during our New Year's Eve live stream, so they're kind of like special. Appreciate so much. You helped me a lot. Coven Zoom? We do Coven in Discord, so it's kind of the same. It's kind of better, I feel like. It's more like personal, so you guys can like talk and stuff. Hold on. Okay. So I have Tiny, yes, a drawing for the black one, whom I've named called Stuart. That's amazing. I love that. The one who looks like, Gomez Adams. I'm just dreaming about eating dinner. I'm very excited for it. Alright. So, Tiny. Hold on. I'm like getting tangled in my cords. Okay.
Already commenting in the...
Oh, did you put it the premiere live?
Yep.
Will you put it on Instagram?
No.
We just set the premiere to go live at 7. So, in 3 hours, we're gonna be in here telling you guys about some weird fuck. How long did you take to develop your abilities to this point? I can tell you, like, exactly. Hold on. It's been a couple years. it like happened like publicly. So like it was a trip. I think it was like 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 3 years ago. But if you want to be impressed, Riker over there. How long has it been? When did you figure out you're a medium?
It's been 2 years now.
Riker's been doing it for 2 years. But
Because I started January of 2023.
Riker started January of 2023.
And September, October will be 2 years of doing like content and things.
Got you. Oh, the Riker lore is strong. Yeah, so it wasn't happening for very long. And a lot of people are like, oh, but you were sensitive as a child. Riker did see things. I was not. I was like friends with a lot of mediums for whatever fucking reason. I guess I like attracted them to me. I don't know. I literally have no idea. And I remember telling them that they were mediums. Because they would talk about seeing spirits, and I'd be like, oh my god, do you know that that's like a medium thing to do? Are you a medium? And they were like, yeah, I do see spirits a lot. And I'm like, you're a medium. But like, they would tell me, they'd be like, there is a ghost behind you, and they're scary. And I'd be like, you mean like this? Like, I don't see anything. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I was shut off. That's ironic. Because most people, like, don't know mediums personally, right? But, like, I don't know. I was, like, interested into that stuff. So I would, like, talk about it a lot. And maybe that's, like, the reason. Because I would, like, talk about it with people. And then they would be like, oh my gosh, I'm a medium. Let me tell you my thoughts and opinions about this. Because usually I feel like mediums are, like, nervous about saying things. Because they're like, you're going to judge me. Okay, you have a purple female guide. We have a lot of guides that talk. They all talk at once. So I'm trying to see who wants to talk. Because you also have a yellow spirit guide that wants to talk who's female. So I'm like, okay, which one of you wants to talk? Because it's going to be confusing if they're both talking. But you have the purple one wants to talk. She's female. She has dark hair. It's curly. She kind of looks like... God, what is that girl's name?
Wednesday Addams.
Kind of, maybe.
I don't know who you're actually talking about. I'm just guessing.
I was gonna say, she looks like... Who's the girl that voices Meg on Family Guy?
Oh, Mila Kunis.
Mila what?
Kunis.
Kunis?
Mila Kunis.
Mila Kunis. She looks like that. She's also the girl from That 70s Show. That's what she looks like. Big features, dark hair. She's in a big, beautiful purple gown. Dude, I feel like you have a lot of guides that deal with emotions and trauma, because I also feel like she deals with a lot of black spirit guide things as well. So, like I've mentioned, purple deals with the mental space, so the psychic space, so is things happening within your mind. And then you have black that is associated to her, and black deals with things that we want to keep hidden. That's funny. And that usually goes into dissociation and trauma. Yeah. She's a bit sarcastic. I'm low-key not surprised if that's the case. I've shut a lot of things out from very young. Yeah. She says that you have levels of dissociation. You use different kinds of dissociation for different meaning, like different means. The level that she talks about is more very surface level, so it's there, but there's like pieces missing. So like you get flashes of things that happened in the past and feelings, and the really horrible stuff is the stuff that gets like blocked out. That's not the only way that you dissociate. That's just the way that she helps you with specifically. So like she helps with surface level things, and then you have that other black spirit guide. He helps with more gray area things, and then I feel like you have another one that deals with more of the dark things that are like fully gone, but still affect you intensely. Does that make sense? Well, I have little recall of my past, so yeah. Okay. Um, she's very sarcastic. Like, she has a very negative way of viewing the world. And it is, like, comforting for you. I know that sounds weird, but it's kind of like, being around someone that has this just, like, cheesy, like, flower child energy that just is constantly like, oh, well, it'll get better tomorrow. Oh, it'll just be fine. You'll get through it. I believe in you. Is like so completely dismissive that I feel like to you. So this spirit guide validates you by being negative with you. I use a lot of sarcasm in my speech, so it's comforting also. Yeah, because they're like talking about, she's talking about how you need someone to validate where you are, not where you could be in the future. Because she's like, people are uncomfortable around people that they deem as like sad, having a bad day, whatever. And they just go into this like nervous, I have to fix it mode. And it's really just invalidating, and it's kind of like causes you to do things to make them stop. So if you're having a bad day and someone like picks up on that and they're like, oh my God, what can I do to help you? That's the thing that's kind of annoying. So I feel like sometimes you just like cave and are like, okay, do this thing so that they feel better and then leave you alone about it. Does that make sense? Because they're just like, she's just talking about how people want to fix it, but there's nothing to fix. And people just bothering you about fixing it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. And hearing people just say, oh, well, it will get a little bit better tomorrow and the next day and the next day is like invalidating, because that doesn't happen. It is unrealistic to think about it like that. You are just learning how to deal with the pain. It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. It doesn't change. A lot of times it gets worse. You just learn how to deal with it. It's kind of like if you actually had physical pain, like you have chronic back pain or chronic headaches, the pain doesn't really change. A lot of times it gets worse. But people think that you're fine, or like you're exaggerating how bad the pain is because you just don't look like you're having a bad time. Like, you don't look like it's as bad as you say it is. I literally feel like this a lot. Yeah. So she's here to validate things negatively for you, which I know sounds so weird because that's not the stereotypical way of doing it. Like, it's kind of like when you hang out with someone and you just like start going ham and you're like, oh my God, this horrible thing happened to me and it sucks. And then they're like, oh my God, like your friend says the same thing and is like, oh yeah, this sucks too. And you just like have this just like, this like powwow where you just talk about all the horrible things that are going on in your life. And no one's trying to fix it. You're just sitting in the mud with them being like, wow, life really fucking sucks. And it's fine because you're here. That is the spirit guide for you. What?
You're just funny.
You're just funny. I like you. Well, I'm gonna mute this so you don't have to listen to. Yep. I feel like you are a death soul too, in case you were wondering. I feel like you're a death soul, and I feel like you surround yourself with life souls. So, you have a lot of people that don't understand, and you have to, like, pretend to be a life soul. So, do you have questions? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. It's just, every time I read you, I'm like, oh, there's another black spirit guide. Oh, there's another one. And I'm like, oof. Because I now have a black spirit guide, and black spirit guide's fucking terrible. They're, like, great and terrible. Because the point in which you have to get to have a black spirit guide is just not a fun time. Honestly, yes, but mostly because I need to leave work soon, so I don't want to bother you further. No problem. Let me know if you have questions at any other time during my live streams, and I'll try to answer them for you too. But Barry Reckless, you're next. Okay, and then I have Barry Reckless. After Barry Reckless, I have Selena, and then I have Melissa. Who have I read for you? Have I read a, like, big orange guide? I also do think it's funny that sometimes people's spirit guides are really loud and are easy for me to be, like, picking who's gonna talk. And then some people are just very confusing. Black and purple iridescent snake. Yeah, and then Foster was the spirit guide that I think I talked to you yesterday. That was you, right? Oh, yeah! You're also the tiefling one. It's pink and blue. Jesus Christ. Right, yes. Okay. You have a big orange dude. He's shapeshifty. He's funny. He doesn't have a lot. Okay, if we're playing D&D, he doesn't have a lot of intelligent points. It's intelligence, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He doesn't have a lot of brain cells. He's literally like an orange cat. He doesn't look like an orange cat because he says, but I could. He's a shapeshifter. He doesn't really have a shape. He changes it too much. And like I said earlier, orange spirit guides deal with outward expression. So the things you're thinking about in your head, it's being expressed through your body. He makes me feel like you have too many avenues of what you want to do and you're not sure what to do about it. How do I want to explain it? It's kind of like you're good at everything and you like everything. So choosing one path is just so impossible for you to do. And it's just heartbreaking to not be able to do everything because most people want to do dumb, mundane things. I keep hearing that from your readings this week. Yeah. Yeah. I will also have you know that because I do so many, I don't really remember what I say specifically. I do remember foster, though, because that one was really weird for me. Guess that's the theme for me. Yeah. You're just, like, good at everything. And it's, like, annoying. So what does orange mean? Outward expression. He's shapeshifty because he's trying to be what you need. So he shapeshifts into the things that you need. But it's like you haven't really, you're not the kind of person that's going to be one thing. Which is why you have a shapeshifter. So it's going to be very hard for you to find like a job, a life path that goes in a straight line in any context of the word. Oh, we're doing Cheshire cat things now. God. Cheshire cats are like a sign and symbol for me. And it's always just like, yeah, I don't want it. Because I already got that like twice in the last 2 days. We have a heater. I know. But it could be. You're adaptable, though. Kind of. It's more so you like having a lot of priorities. You like doing a lot of things, and you won't be happy unless you are doing a lot of things. So, yes, you can be adaptable. But if you're doing one thing, it's going to bother you a lot. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, doing the same thing over and over again will literally just, like, blow holes into your brain. It does make sense, but ADHD makes it hard to do more than one thing. ADHD also makes it hard to do one thing. Or I'm all over the place. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the answer specifically is. It's very frustrating. Like, I want to do so much, but I can't move. That's what he's talking about. Because he's like, there's not really an answer. It's just about figuring out how your brain works because it's not in a neurotypical way. But you somehow are also expected to work in a neurotypical way. Does that make sense? So he's like, you need to... They want me to say you need to not have expectations of what you want to do. Just start doing it. And the point in which you start getting sick of it, or if it's not making you happy anymore, go to the next thing. Because like I said, one thing is not going to make you happy. It's having a lot of things. Welcome to the I want to do everything club. Yeah, it's like having the too much gene. Do you have questions? Sorry, he's very simple-minded. He says that he's simple-minded because you make things complex and they don't need to be. He's like, if you have a feeling, just follow the feeling. Pull out your inner orange cat. Do what makes you happy for as long as it makes you happy. And then don't think about it, just do. While you ask your question, I'm going to move on to Selena. Ooh, piece of candy. That's what I get, lol. Selena, you still there? I saw you over here earlier. I don't believe I've read you before. Is that true? Yes, okay. You have a cloud spirit guide. They're masculine. And they're white. So white spirit guides deal with a lot of times adaptability. I view them like white light. So a white light is a combination of all of the colors coming together in a synchronized way in order to achieve the color white. I feel like you're the kind of person that is very they want me to say you kind of have like a know-it-all personality, and I don't see it as a bad thing. You're very intelligent. You think very thoroughly through everything before you do it. You're a planner. You just like to think. Wow, spot on. He says sometimes that gets overwhelming, but it also it like separates you from people. I don't know if that makes sense. People like feel a type of way around you because of it, and you don't know why. They like feel less than, they're like jealous. I know that sounds interesting. But he's white. He also has like a shimmer of blue. Blue deals with higher spiritual understanding. I feel like you are just a very like observatory person. You are the type of person where you can get one piece of information and just know the entire situation of what's going on. You're very observant. But what he helps you with, he says that you're very grounded to a fault. So sometimes you get stuck in the rules, the facts, how things are supposed to be. And he is the one that shows you that it goes more and touches more and is beyond the expectations of what humans think. So that's why he's appearing to me as a cloud. He is the one that is making you understand things from a different perspective. He helps give perspective on things and allows you to see past the physical understandings. Makes complete sense. You have a lot of claircognizance. I feel like when you have thoughts, sometimes it's like, here is the thought. It's like very big in your head, and it's like a huge thought that happens like in an instant. And then like 3-4 seconds later, if you don't write it down, it's just, what were we talking about? That sort of thing. Do you have questions for him? He says you feel very alone. It's very isolating being, having this mindset. There's not a lot of people that see as much as you do. I like to call these people the people that see behind the curtain. There is not a lot of people that see behind the curtain. They all think that we're just doing life, but there are people like you that like see the plants as like sets or props to the play, or that that we're actually playing a game called life, and everyone else is just like blind to it. I struggle with writing things down. Is there anything he would recommend, or would he just say be yourself? Sorry, I'm asking him about what you can do instead. He's talking about, I don't know, he's talking about insecurities now. He's talking about, I don't know, I feel like you've had a lot of people not so understanding about how you think. So you have developed this coping mechanism of just like observing how people react to you talking, and then once the tone changes, it like shuts down all of the thoughts in your head, and you're just, that's it. I'm not talking about it anymore. Does that make sense? It's kind of like you like dissociate in like, it's gone. That's what he's talking about. That's why it happens. It's from an insecurity. And it is because other people don't want to understand. So you're like, it is like a switch, a flip reaction. Do you have any other questions? He says that you feel very like trapped in your head, and there's just so little people that like truly get it. So you feel very lonely and just like confused. It's like you feel like you have to like settle for things because everybody's acting like it's normal, but it shouldn't be. Because this is the way I like to talk to about people. It's like narcissism and like that feeling of like wanting to be right all the time. And it's not, I'm not talking about you being this person. I'm talking about people think that narcissism is normal, and being friends with people that have this like competitive nature of I'm going to be better than you. Everything you do, no, I'm better than you, is normal. And you know it's not normal, but the people that are around you, it's like normal to be around those people for you. It's normal to be around narcissistic people that constantly just want to put you down and be right. And because you are so observant, you're aware that there's something wrong, but no one else is reacting to it. So you're like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is just how it is, and I have to settle my needs for this. Does that make sense? You said truth. Because that's where the isolation is coming from. One of the things that you learn the hard way usually, which I'm hoping you don't, because that's why I'm telling you this, you don't have to do those things. Narcissistic people aren't everywhere. Narcissistic people are just hard to get away from. And I think that's part of the narcissism. They find people that are like empathetic, and then they hold on to them for their life. So finding the people that are not narcissists are hard, because a lot of those people are also like stuck with another narcissist. Because when you're with people that are narcissists, they also make you react in a negative way because you are dealing with like abuse. So, do you have any questions before I move on to Melissa? Yes, completely. I feel that. I see. The narcissism, thank you. I don't have any other questions. Sure. Thank you so much. No problem. Melissa, are you here? I know you commented earlier, but I don't remember which one your name is. So let me know. Thort. But they freaking shapeshift. I apparently have known them all along, but they freaking shapeshift. I asked this guy to spell their name. They said, "Ta-da, student." Then spelled the name of a guide I knew of as a bat named Thorpe. Yeah, shapeshifter. Yes, I'm here. What's up? I think you're new too, which is great. Welcome to the live stream. We're doing spirit guide readings. Okay, you have a very sweet female guide who's yellow. She's very sing-songy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. This is Jay, right? Yes. Hi, Jay. Yes, and thank you for the warm welcome. This is not Brother Jay. This is Scorpio Jay. We have too many friends named Jay, and when I say we, Breaker does. But now I do. I have 2. Yeah, but you used to have 3. And then they changed their name. Sorry, I'm trying to see what they're doing. What? Yeah, I am hungry. Okay, so you have a yellow spirit guide. This is for Melissa. You have a yellow spirit guide. She's female. She's very sweet and happy. And like I said, she's very sing-songy. She's telling me about your past life for some reason. I feel like she was your mother in a past life. And you lived in a place with rolling hills with like green stuff on top of the hills. But yellow deals with emotional intelligence. It deals with emotional intelligence and the things that you're thinking about in your head. So like figuring stuff out. This guide is blonde and she is in a yellow dress. Usually spirit guides tell me what color they are based upon what they're wearing. But I just like is interesting because I see her with a baby, which is like not a spirit guide thing usually, and she makes me feel like the baby is you from a past life. So she has this very motherly like connection to you. Have you been having a hard time sleeping? I don't know, that's a weird question. She just keeps singing lullabies. And she's talking about scaring the bad people away. Have you been struggling with maybe some narcissistic people? Yes, a lot. She makes me feel like you're going through a lot of stress and it is affecting your health. And she has been trying to calm your mind down, but it is hard. I just like feel this like intense pressure. And it is something that you don't even need to think about all the time. You feel it in your body all the time. Does that make sense? It's like a very unwanted feeling. And that is the reason why you're having a hard time sleeping. It's like you're holding your breath constantly. Totally. I don't know. She makes me feel like you're worried about letting someone down. But the person is actually letting you down. They're not being helpful. Other people in your life are not being helpful. They don't really understand why you're so like bent out of shape, and it's because they don't see what's actually going on. I don't think you see what's going on either. Because she doesn't show me what's happening. She says that you have not accepted what is happening, but whatever it is makes you feel like you're having a panic attack every day. She says eventually things are going to give. She wants to use the word burnout, and she wants me to explain burnout because a lot of people think burnout is just overworking yourself. There's usually a lot of other stuff going on. To me, when people say the word burnout, it is the same as someone saying they're surviving. And it is not usually, because when you say burnout to me, and this might be because I'm autistic, I don't know. To me, when you say burnout, it just means like you need a better work-life balance and like you're doing too much work and you need to have more like stay at home, do fun stuff time. But when you are doing fun time stuff, it doesn't work for you. You are still nervous. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be sleeping. You could be like at a party. You could be like doing the thing that you like the most. You could be eating ice cream. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't go away. That is burnout. And burnout is more so surviving. And it's usually caused by more than just overworking yourself. There is this pressure. And the pressure is overwhelming. It's like if you don't work all the time, something bad will happen. Or if you don't do things, something bad will happen. So you can never rest. And that's what causes burnout. Does that make sense? She's like, that's where you're at. And she's like, the longer you go that way, the longer it will take to heal, but something will give and it will make the choice for you. So you can either make the choice for yourself. It's going to suck and it's not going to work right away if you make the choice yourself. Yes, it sticks to my skin almost every day. It's very much like you need to, whatever it is, stop doing it. She wants me, because she's not telling me what it is, because I don't think you fully know either. She wants me to explain doing YouTube in my, like, experience with burnout, because doing YouTube and doing all of the things, like, I was barely working for a long time. Like, you can literally look at our YouTube channels. We have been, like, taking a break for a really long time. Every time I tried to do something, it was like, physical pain would happen through my body. I would be physically sick while it was going on. And it's because there's just so much pressure to do things, because it's like, if I don't make enough money, then I lose everything. And that was just like a weight on my shoulder. So stopping doesn't necessarily fix it. You have to figure out why the pressure is there. So like, I took a break from YouTube, still felt burnout, but now I'm starting to come around and starting to accept the situation, and I feel less burnout. So now I can work on things again. So it's very much why is this happening? For me, it was, I'm surviving. I need money to continue doing this. If I can't get the money, I don't know what I'm going to do. Something really bad is going to happen. They're like, same kind of situation is happening for you. There's too much pressure on me. What is the pressure? What is the pressure? And then you have to literally flip it on its head and change your mindset. And that's going to be really hard. Really hard. It's going to take a really long time. But you doing it instead of a situation in your life causing it to happen will be more comfortable. So that's what she says. Do you have questions? But she's very nice. Very sweet. She kind of smells like lemons. She kind of smells like lemons and grass. I don't know if that would be lemongrass or if I'm, again, too autistic to function. Because I just see her in this, like, rolling field, like, and there's a lot of like trees, grass, other plants, and there's pretty mountains, and they're fully covered in like green stuff. It's very nice. Let's see. Do I want to restock? Oh wow, on point. Thank you. Well, no questions. Thank you very much. Hold on. Let me just. Cause I was expecting to do this until 5.
Yeah, I'm taking a break.
You're tired?
Yeah.
Should I do some more, or should I do them next week?
I would say do them next week.
Okay, we're gonna do them next week. Would you guys want me to do another spirit guide reading session next week? What would you like to see? What readings would you like to see more of? Because I'm right now for February, I'm planning on maybe doing 3 days a week, if not more, of reading streams, because this is the situation I'm in. I need to support myself. So, I'm from South America, so the green stuff is normal. Nature is one of the things that appraise me. Sure. Cool. Yeah, I wanna. Yesterday we were like getting on the topic of possession, and I want to start doing live streams like that. At some point, I talk about this like almost every week. I really want to do a Sims stream on Sundays. Cause I want to Sundays Sims streams because it all starts with S, and I'm weird. I want to do that because I feel like it would make me feel better, but I'm also really stressed out about everything. Soothes me. Sorry for my English. No, you're good. I get you. Context is what matters. I get it. Whichever types of readings you like. I don't know. I think I want to do some normal ones, but I also want to do some weird ones. And I don't know how comfortable Riker is about me lighting things on fire. Because smoke drawing readings are fun. But they're like, I cannot be in the basement if you're doing that.
No, I can be down here.
Oh.
It's fine.
They said that it could be down here.
Oh god, that is how I feel.
Oh god. Yeah, you take a piece of paper and then a flame, and you do this, and the soot from the smoke draws on the paper, and then I read it. And like, the issue is if any one of you guys asks me about your failing relationship that way, the paper will light in fire, and then we'll have a problem, and that's why my mouse pad has a burn in it. So.
And you wonder why I'm really nervous about it.
Riker's like, and then you wonder why I'm nervous about it. I usually have a bowl of water next to me. I don't right now. I don't know where that bowl is either. I think it's in there. Is it in the crawl space?
Well, I think that bowl is in there from when the tub was leaking.
I was using it to catch water. That was leaking in there. This was leaking back there. My life is a mess. That's why I'm in burnout. My computer is making horrible sounds. This computer won't connect to YouTube live streams. It's a hard time over here. I just want to have a live stream where we talk about possession and you guys tell me your theories about it. Sure, it's our fault the paper caught on fire. Listen, Jada. You guys, I already, like, spilled the tea about my, like, relationship. I, like, did one for myself and I asked about my relationship and the paper lit on fire. And then I feel like I did this in a live stream. Someone asked me about their relationship where they were having problems and the paper lit on fire. And not as crazy as mine, clearly. But yeah, every time someone asks me about it. I didn't watch her video yet. I really should. But I've been running around like crazy doing all of these things so that we could like be prepared for our video coming out and whatnot. Because we also want to get back into doing podcasts. I think we're going to record one tomorrow. So, but I want to watch it. I want to watch that and see what she says about it, because I'm like, I haven't really heard anyone really talk about possession. I just have heard people claim that they're doing it in their videos, but it's like confusing to me, because I'm like people think that Sam sitting, like Sam from Sam and Colby, people think that him sitting on the like pentagram in the Sally house that he was possessed, and I was like, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what is it? I'm confused. I need someone that maybe have seen it. You know? I don't know. So. Caught the end of the live. Yes, agreed. Discussion streams would be fun. Yeah, I mostly just like want to know what people think about it. And then I can form a better opinion about what I think it is. Because, like, I do have spirits say things about it, but I also have human ego, so. She said it was more of an attachment or partial possession than full on. Are you talking about Colby? I know it'd be a lot to set up, but a roundtable discussion with people on Discord as a stream would be fun. We could do that for the Patreon Hangout, because we have a couple of those coming up. We're going to be doing a book club this month, because we have a tarot deck that we keep pushing back, so we're sorry. We're still not entirely sure what's going on with that, so we're going to figure it out as we go. But I'll see you guys later today. We're going to be going, we're doing a premiere. We're doing a premiere for Wildwood that's coming out today. Let me get you guys a link for this video, because I think Riker has put it. What? Okay. Cool. That's the link. You guys can go watch the teaser. That is gonna go live on today. It's 7 p.m. EST. We're going to be in the premiere with you guys, so we'll be live chatting. If you guys watch this later and you're just watching the video itself, there should be a live chat on there so you guys can see like what we say about it, because you're gonna want to know what we think about what's going on, because when we were actually there we had no idea. So we're going to be doing that. If you remember, we're going to be in a Discord room with you guys, chatting about what we see and our experience. So it'll be more of a personal experience than through text. So yeah, if you guys are interested in joining the members, that is the link last time for you. If Nightbot wants to work, there it is. And we'll see you guys later today. Let us know what you think about the video. You can comment in the video. You can also be in chat when we do the premiere. So let us know what you think, because it's really weird and dark. And there's some people that like know what's going on. So I'm excited. But we'll see you guys later. Bye!